you having, I'm not gonna call it, you don't have a disability because you're very gifted, very special, very talented. But give those words of advice to those that have dreams, that want to pursue them, and are taking things and making it an obstacle when it doesn't have to be. Tell me what gives you the inspiration, what gives you to keep pushing towards
Well,
what you believe in and what you're passionate.
well, first off, for your fans, I am hearing impaired. I'm a hearing impaired artist. I'm 95% deaf, so this ear is completely dead, and I use only this small device to be able to articulate my words and do music. Now, I will say God has given me the blessing, first off, before I can do anything, because I'm supposed to have, when you have a strong defective hearing situation like me, you're supposed to have a slur. So I'm supposed to have this unclear speech, and I don't have it. For some odd reason, my tongue still remembers the proper movements, and I believe that is a blessing of God, because God knew that my hearing would be gone, but he allowed me to keep this ability to be able to talk clearly, so when I write music and when I perform it, the listeners can hear, and it would inspire. Beethoven is my go-to inspiration. He was deaf, and he was the dopest piano player ever in the world, and I have his music notes right here on my body. I'm just a testament. I'm a walking testament. And so for those who, and it doesn't even matter if you have a disability or not, a disability or no disability, you're going to have man and woman, just man, period. Man will always try to find a way to bring you down. And it is what it is. They will always try to find a loophole to degrade you, hurt you, tell you that you can't do anything. If I had listened to man when God was telling me to write my first gospel song, and I went and said, hey, I went to my cousins or friends, and most of them are like, that's stupid. You're gonna make a fool of yourself. You can't even hear the music. Why would you even do that? You've never done music, so why would you do it? And I'm like, because God told me. He told me I could. And I had to, and it was hard, because I was literally listening to people instead of God. Even though God told me to do the music, I, got excited about what he told me to do, and I was looking for that support. And we all want that physical support, and sometimes we just don't get it. And sometimes you literally have to walk on faith to be able to get to that next level. And I'm not gonna lie, if I speak to myself, I was a non-believer in the beginning. I didn't believe that I can pull this off and be at this place right now on this interview with the songs that I have now. But I had to sit back. I had to sit back and really start listening to him. And the breaking point for me was when I sat in the mirror, and I was like bawling, crying. I was fighting depression. Because dealing with being hearing impaired is very difficult, especially when you're in a crowded environment, and I got to put on a fake face and pretend like I can hear everything, and I always felt left out. Where someone said something funny over here and everybody's laughing, and I'm not, because I missed the joke, and I felt left out. And so I was having this conversation in the mirror, and I was like, God, I feel left out. And I've been feeling this way since I was born. And his answer was clear as day. He said, you were never left out. I know you wanted to fit in. I know you wanted to be in the in crowd. He said, but I didn't want you to be in the in crowd. I wanted you to stand out. And so when he said that, it was like a lightning bolt. It was like, well, then bump what everybody else is telling me. It's telling me to stand out. So I'm going to try. And I remember first I was trying to write because first I was just doing gospel, and I was going against God again. And I was trying to write something circular, some trap and, something, hype and curse words or whatever. And God gave me the biggest, strongest writer's block I could ever think of. I couldn't write one sentence of the song. And I couldn't write a song to save my life. It would never come. So my mom was like, you need to listen to what God said. So she said, write a gospel song. And I didn't know how to write a gospel song. And I remember opening the book, and I always say this in all my interviews. I was confused. I was trying to find words that rhyme with thou'th and goeth. I had no clue how to do a gospel song. And my mom came around the corner, and shout out to Shadow, my partner and my first manager who believed in me. He called, and my mom was coming around the corner at the same time. And I was frustrated because I couldn't write a gospel. Now I'm trying to write gospel. Now I'm like, God, okay, I'm trying to do what you're trying to tell me to do, but I can't do it. So I'm confused. And I was like, Mom, I don't know how to write a gospel song. And my mom and Shadow, my partner, said at the same time, the gospel is your story. And once they said that, it was like a lightning bolt. I was like, oh, that's it? Like, yeah, you talk about what you have been through, what you have experienced. Girl, and then before I grabbed the pen, my mom gave me the best advice. She said, before you write any song, before you do anything in regards to this journey you're about to do, you got to have a conversation with him first. So before every song that I've done, if you really pay attention, I slip in the word where it's inspirational, or I got God in there or something inspirational. So it might not be a gospel record, but you're getting it from a gospel artist. And I had to be smart and trick my listeners to let them know that, listening to gospel music is cool. Even though I might not label it that, I call it inspirational music, but all my stuff is godly. So now when I write anything, when you hear Orgasm, when you hear Tension Release, when you hear Baby Girl, when you hear When I Look at You, it's godly in there. So that's how the journey began. And I didn't listen to man, I listened to God, and God just opened up the floodgates. And now, before it would take me months to try to write a song, and it would never be completed. Now I can write a song in 20 minutes, a whole song. And that's the gift that God has given me. So I'm always thankful for God. It's not about him allowing me to speak the way that I can, or the writing ability that he's given me, or the being able to hold the note and sing, or being able to rap. The best gift that he gave me was my personality and my heart. That is the best gift that he's given me. Hello. And then all the other things fall in line. So it's him. I'm just the vessel, and I'm enjoying the ride. And don't get me wrong, it's been hard. It gets difficult. I deal with the vertigo. I deal with migraines because of my equilibrium's off because I have half of one ear. But that's my fight. That is my struggle. That's my testimony, and that's just what I have to deal with. So I'm a fighter. So I have to keep going.
Beautiful, King. Beautiful. You just gave me so much inspiration and hope. And even though right now I'm not feeling all that good, you just gave me everything I needed to keep pushing.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. I hope the listeners can take that too.
Yeah, I pray everybody's taking that in. Everybody.